I kind of boxed myself into a corner where I have got to review this comic. It is Thunderbolts, number 60, or as it's more famously known, the comic where Patrick Zircher reveals to the world that he too is an evil Nazi artist. You see, in comics, there is this whole thing where a bunch of middle-aged creators on Twitter who are very left-leaning, they like to call another artist in the industry, Evan Cypher, they like to call him a Nazi, because once he drew a Green Lantern's cover where he drew Green Lantern's villain, Mr. Sinister's, he drew him and he made him look like Hitler. The idea was that he is such a bad guy that he is going to represent that by evoking Nazi imagery and making Mr. Sinister's look like Hitler. But all these creators, the Gail Simons, the Kurt Buseys, they are all adamant that this is proof that Evan Cypher is a Nazi, and that he is trying to spread evil Nazi messages with his comics and his drawings. But the thing is, one of the people that are calling Evan Cypher a Nazi almost daily is Patrick Zircher, who is every bit as guilty of the same crime as Evan Cypher. As you can see here, this is very clearly Nazi imagery. That is meant to be a swastika. You can tell because there's the red and there's the white and there's the black. He has just changed the symbol to be the book's main symbol, or rather like a reworked version of it. And you know what? Arguably, this is even worse than Evan Cypher, because these characters here, they are actually the Thunderbolts. I mean, he is representing the stars of the book, and the heroes of the book are using Nazi imagery, whereas Evan Cypher used Nazi imagery to represent a villain. Okay, I'll be honest, there is a very big technicality there. These are the Thunderbolts, but they are the Thunderbolts of another Earth. But, right, if Kurt Busey can use the technicality that time travel makes it okay for a woman to have to fall in love with her rapist again, then I can use the technicality that these are the Thunderbolts. They're called the Thunderbolts within. They are on the cover of the Thunderbolts and Nazi imagery. And the thing is, in the comic, they're not actually Nazis. He is, but the rest aren't. I mean, look, for starters, one of them is black. If they were Nazis, they would never let her on the team. Actually, she is French as well, so they wouldn't let her on. This is for a team that is being represented with Nazi imagery. These are a very diverse group. I'll just run through the characters now. This is Shane Lightning. This is Solar Man. This is Iron Cross Man. This is Baron Zero. This is the Black Woman. And this is Moonstump, but this is the original Moonstump before Moonstump became Moonstump. And they are the Thunderbolts of another Earth. And what's happened is, the real Thunderbolts from our Earth, they have wound up on their Earth. And these Thunderbolts are, like, they're trying to hold them hostage. And I like this bit because Fister here, he is trying to, he's like stalling for time. It's a bit like when you see a comedian and he is padding and he like does crowd work, or he like does banter with the audience. He's like, hey, you there, what's your name? What do you do for a living? He's doing like that. And the reason he is stalling is because he has got guns everywhere, and it becomes like a Mexican standoff, which is further proof that they're not Nazis, because they would not have patience for anything Mexican. And the real Thunderbolts, there's Fister, there is Mark, his real name though is Abe, that is the woman in the wheelchair from the other issue, that is Moonstump, and that is the electric lady that are killed in the other issue. It only took like 3 issues for them to bring her back. And what happens is, this bit is really good because Moonstump, as I said, she is like a psychologist, a psychiatric person, and she always is good at manipulating people. So she knows exactly what to say to get all this like hostilities to end. And that is really clever, that is really good. I really like this whole scene, it's very good. And actually, to just go back, Moonstump is again looking beautiful. She is a very beautiful woman. We've got this advert here for Tang. I believe that is slang for vagina. So straw included. I wouldn't use one on a minge. Spitballs sold separately. I've already got a pair and don't need to buy them. Then what happens? We're still having this whole thing between them, and then we get introduced to the Thunderbolts of this world, and then the comic kind of goes into downtime after this really good opening scene. We kind of just get a little bit of character stuff, a little bit of backstory. We cut back to the real Earth and we see V-Man there. V-Man, this used to be Baron Zero in disguise. As you can see there, they have got one half of the face Baron Zero and the other half V-Man. But now Baron Zero is gone and this is the real V-Man here. And then we cut to, in that other issue, when Count Gravity was attacking the Earth and the prison van fell off the road. These are the escaped convicts here. So we're continuing their story. And what happens is, you never guess who shows up. Iron Man's, but Patrick Zircher is not a very good artist because he has drawn Iron Man's the completely wrong colours. What an idiot. And then we're back on this other Earth, and in this world, money is all useless. Like, it has no value anymore. And it's funny because this is like a look at the state of modern America in a few months, because it's all going to be like this if they leave that evil orange man Donald Trump in charge. Oh, money won't ever be worth anything again. Oh, what's America like? And then we have got this here, this advert for the trading cards again. And Cyclist, his card looks great. He's one of my favourite characters. He looks so cool in it. And then we've got some more stuff here. What happens is, Electric Lady, she wants to stay and help this world, but this bit's good. Fister, when she says we need to help these people, Fister just laughs at it, and because you see Fister, he isn't like in, or some of the other Thunderbolts are a bit more heroic now, but Fister, he's more of like a self-preservation type of person. And then what happens is they decide that they will go on a rocket and fly it back to their own world. And we get a little bit of story there, a bit of backstory about this world, this other Earth. But the Thunderbolts, they're going to go and steal a rocket to fly it back to the real Earth. And first Mark goes, then Moon Stump goes, then Wheelchair Woman and Electric Lady go, and this just leaves Fister. He doesn't really care. He's happy to stay on this Earth because, like, he could easily fit in. But then his belt opens up and it is Baron Zero. He wants Fister to help him. And then the comic ends with an advert for McDonald's there. I'm loving it. But yeah, the comic itself it has a good opening scene, but it's not one of the best ones from this whole run. It is mainly only famous for this cover, which exposes the artist Patrick Zircher as a Nazi sympathiser. What a terrible man. Please spread the word. Tell everyone. Patrick Zircher is an evil Nazi and he should not be allowed to work in comics. I mean, just look at this. He is representing the Thunderbolts, the heroes, the stars of the book, with Nazi imagery. This is clearly him trying to say that heroes, the real heroes, are Nazis. What a terrible, evil man. I rate this comic 7 thumbs up.